Oh, sorry. Hey, everyone. I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm having electricity issues at my house. I have been checking to see if the feed is up at court, and I haven't seen it yet. But I'm on my mobile hotspot coming to you live here. Thank gosh for hotspots. It doesn't look like court has started yet. But in the meantime, I'm still troubleshooting a little bit here about why I'm having an electricity issues. I think it might be a neighborhood thing. So I'm a little bit at the mercy of my hotspot and of the power that I have left on my laptop, which is it is at 100%. But I just hope that the electricity starts working again. Um, ah, But again, I'm not seeing any court feed yet. I do see an interesting headline. Lori Vallow Daybell leaves court and goes back to jail. I'm going to have to check that out. Let me play that. Hold on a sec. Ah. Hold on. I'm just curious about this. It's not adding to the screen. Come on now. All right. Now StreamYard is acting up. Now StreamYard is acting up. I just tried to share screen with you. There we go. This is Lori Vallow. Sorry, y'all. I am having. Let me know if. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I- I'm having major tech issues here. Sorry, y'all. That's me. Now I can find. And I assure you, these are infrastructure issues. Okay. No, that's not it. I hope you guys are still okay. I think okay. I finally found the feed. Finally found the feed. Yeah, I'm sure it is a little choppy. I'm sorry about that. I don't know if there's much I can do about it. So there's the feed. I'm hearing the neighbors talking about this too. So I think it's a neighborhood issue. But if I leave again, rest assured that I'm working on it. Um, yeah, to recap from the last from the morning session, we had the really tense testimony from JP, Maya's brother. The It seems like defense counsel was really trying to make him a party to this, you know, um, buying a guy, trying to get a guy to get a guy kind of thing, trying to make it sound like he was going right along with it and he was sympathetic to Larry. The judge was, I feel like, much more assertive today. Are we having more issues? I'm seeing some things going on. The judge was much more assertive today and stepped in a lot more um, on correcting defense counsel. Oh gosh. So those tech issues that you're seeing, those are on the other. With this flickering that you're seeing on their screen, that's from them. I'm not doing that. So they finally let him go. They brought on her supervisor that she was working for when she went missing. He said she was an excellent employee, but that her work, she started working with him in June of 2021, and then her work product started suffering a bit in November of 2021, and he contacted her and she explained that she's having, marital issues, and she had also mentioned that there was a day at work when she was trying to take care of her young son while, having a lot on her plate at work. But, those are normal. Those are normal issues. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary in this type of stuff that he was relaying. I worked in the business workforce for over 25 years, and those types of things are very normal. Work product quality goes up, work product quality goes down, and it can depend on okay, my electricity's coming back on. I hope my Wi-Fi comes back. And that can depend on a variety of factors. You know, things going on at home, health, all that. And you accommodate, especially when you have a great employee like it sounds like Maya was. So, and the defense counsel tried to get up there and make it sound like she got a downgrade when she transferred from the one department to the other department, and he clarified that she she was offered a higher pay grade than she was on a lower pay grade, sorry, a lower rank in classification, but she was paid more when she went to the new place, but she wasn't supervising anyone. So it wasn't a demotion. It was a demotion in rank, but it wasn't a demotion in responsibility or reputation or anything like that. They wanted her to work there because of her reputation and her job performance previously. So they made that clear. And then they had on a detective from the DA's office who talked about how he does investigations on, open source searching, just to show it was basically, I think, showing that there was really a worldwide, but mostly focused nationwide search for Maya as soon as she went missing. That if she had just um, left and gone somewhere else in the world, that if someone saw her, they would have likely recognized her and called in a tip. I do find it interesting. I don't think there was a reward offered. There may have been at one point. I have a vague recollection of a reward being offered at some point, but um, I'd have to look into that a little bit more. But point being is that, when you got Good Morning America, Dr. Phil, Nancy Grace, you know, thousands, I would say, YouTube videos, certainly millions of views on YouTube videos, collectively. It would have probably been impossible for her to just, slip into the atmosphere. And just collectively, when you look at the search efforts, the media, the search efforts on the ground that they were doing every weekend, um, and the fact that there's been no proof of life since the day that she left, or the day that she was declared missing, literally no proof of life. um, Long not gone. The only thing that's gone is her, and they haven't found, I believe, is her, credit cards um and her phone and things like that. My understanding is that's pretty easy to get rid of if you're somebody who wants to make it look like she left with her phone. Um, it may have even been on her person when she was killed, right? So I we're both looking at the feed together. They haven't started yet. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, camera is experiencing issues. We will return soon. Well, I guess I'm not the only one experiencing issues. Maybe it's Southern California type of thing. That's interesting. So this looks like a family member. So I wonder if it's Jane. Let me look, and gosh, this is driving me crazy. Let me see if there's another feed. Oh, this is so frustrating, because I think this may be her other sister, Jane, and she also witnessed the conversation about the, quote unquote hitman on Christmas. Come on, people. Well, if there's only a camera issue, why don't they, just give us the audio? All we need is the audio. We just need to hear it. Please. Help some YouTubers out. Help a YouTube audience out. Still looking. Because the first day of the trial, there were two channels that were carrying it live. Come on, tech guys. They were having a lot of issues earlier today. There were two channels last week that were carrying the first day. It was Fox and CBS, and now I've only been able to find Fox. And now because my Wi-Fi isn't you are frustrating me. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Betty. I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. If anyone is just joining us, there are two completely separate technical issues going on right now. The first issue is that the camera in the court is experiencing issues. I don't know if it's in the court or if it's the CBS crew's camera that's experiencing issues, and I've been looking for a new feed, but I can't find any other feed. The other issue is that I'm having electricity issues at my house, and my Wi-Fi is plugged into my electricity, obviously. So I'm on a hotspot, and therefore it's a little bit more difficult for me to pull up a bunch of different pages at a time to try to find a live feed. But I'm pretty sure this is the only live feed that we have access to, and it's not working. I'm gonna look on my phone right now and see if my phone is able to find anything. I think I'm adequately storming my own, like clogging my own internet capacity at this moment with my little hotspot. Oh my goodness gracious. I really want to hear this testimony too. Man, oh man, maybe I'll have to. How frustrating. It looks like we might just really be at the mercy of these of yeah. we we miss Bonita Martinez in action, exactly. We may not miss her. I mean, we may miss the direct examination, but not the cross examination. If you're just joining us, there are a few different technical issues going on here. Mainly that the live feed from the court is not working. As you can see on the camera, it says, "Oh, look, there are some time." Oh,
That he had
yay!
total control of when she'd be able to see the kids, and that if there was a custody battle that she would probably lose, just because she
Okay,
didn't
this is
have
a
a form
code
of
number.
childcare, and she worked full time up to this point. They had a lot of help from his parents taking care of the kids whenever they worked.
And did you have an opportunity to observe her around the kids?
I don't know if y'all are still there, but I got everything back, but things are still a little bit still trying to catch up. Okay, here we go.
She was staying with her youngest brother, JR, and sister-in-law, Genesis.
And did she confide in you on Facebook?
Thank you for your patience,
Messenger around that time that she had moved out?
Yes.
looking at 7-3, if you flip to that in the binder, you recognize there's two documents from Facebook.
Okay, so now it is completely and totally them, you guys, because I have my electricity and Wi-Fi back. And affirmatively, there is no other feed from the courthouse. So we're stuck with this. Oh my goodness. All right. So what I'm going to do, does anyone have any questions about this case? I don't think you do. I think you guys know a lot about it.
She says I visit
Right. Yeah, no more audio candies from Candids.
I remember in this conversation said, I don't know where in all of this.
We aren't hearing the shit.
I can sleep now, and I'm also gaining weight back. I'm able to eat.
Did she express in this communication a desire to see the kids despite the fact that she had been living away from the house?
Yes. So she was explaining that he had complete control, and I know that's one of these texts. She
You
said
can probably blame COVID
he let
for
me
all
have
of this, right?
Tristan little victories.
Did you also speak to May on the phone, or would you say at this point, because you were in Japan, this was still primarily Facebook Messenger?
Yes.
And these two particular pages on Exhibit 7-3, these accurately reflect a communication on Facebook Messenger that you had you and May in June of 2020.
Yes.
Did she talk to you also about whether or not she should, or concerns about sharing with the children what was happening with the marriage?
In this conversation?
Just generally. 2000.
Good. I'm glad I don't have to take it personally, Betty. I'm kidding.
Tension in her marriage.
Those poor guys back there trying to fix this. They're like, which wire goes with which wire? No, this wire goes with this wire. No, this one goes in this port. No, this wire goes in this port. No, you switched to the wrong router. Wrong.
This Facebook page.
Yes.
Who's in this photograph?
In this photo is May, me, our friend Allie, and one of our ex-coworkers, Maria.
And what color is Maria wearing?
Either pink or red.
And then as you look at the photo, who's on the left?
May.
Who's
Liz,
on the right?
May's co-worker.
And there's someone kind of behind you.
These poor guys. I have a lot of empathy for people who work behind the scenes in tech, because I know how stressful it is when things are going wrong, and there's always some sort of debrief, post-mortem afterward. What happened? Who did what? Well, it's the router problem. It's these damn routers. We didn't do the update fast enough. I told you to do those updates on those routers 10 months ago and you didn't do them. Well, it's the wrong manufacturer. I told you to get a better manufacturer. making a banner right now.
She used to be my supervisor, and we would all socialize together.
Would you describe her as a friendly person?
Yes,
Made friends easily?
definitely.
Tristan,
Yeah. The tech world is brilliant. Just so you know, I was there when I worked for Apple when we launched the iPhone. And the first iPhone that Steve Jobs had on stage with him, when he held it up and said, "This is your first iPhone." The guys in the back that were making it work were literally sweating
well,
bullets.
the photograph on the right.
Yes,
And who is that?
They had
That's
worked
Tristan.
all night.
And did you have an opportunity to observe May around Tristan?
yes.
And what did you observe in Tristan?
The guys at the iPhone launch weren't even sure that the demos would work on the day that Steve Jobs held up that phone in 2007. So I just have an immense amount of sympathy for
post on the
people
left,
who work behind the scenes. Thank you,
Picture on the
Liz.
left looks like she
There was one time when Steve Jobs was presenting to shareholders, and there was all these technical glitches and the wrong
Yes.
slides.
that was a post that she
Hold on.
put on the
The guy kept putting up the wrong slides, and Steve had to go backstage and correct the guy who was doing the slides in the back. He kept shouting off, like he would click on the slide thing and it wouldn't advance, and he kept saying, "Wayne, bring this up, this slide up, this slide up." So finally, when it was question and answer time,
particular
the first question was, "Is Wayne still going to have a job tomorrow?" Because Steve Jobs was kind of famous for
She was working
firing
on,
people on the spot.
assignments at home. The Express.
And just so you know, Steve said, "Oh, Wayne's a good guy. He'll have a job tomorrow. It's not his fault." So at least at that point, Wayne was like, "Phew, I'm not getting fired tomorrow." Yeah, Wayne. Well, luckily, Wayne was pretty
Yes.
secure in his job. He'd been working with us for a
what were some
long
of the
time.
things that she liked to do with the kids?
More recently, taking the girls.
I'm
Looking for a lot of things to do outdoors with the kids because a lot of places were still closed. So we had several pool parties that summer I returned.
And when did you return?
By 20.
I'm relieved that it's not her sister
And her two girls, Laura and
because I really wanted to.
And the post says took them hiking yesterday.
If she's going to testify, I want to make sure we catch that.
No, I always planned to, but I was always.
I wonder if it's just a straight up, too little bandwidth, too many people grabbing on the bandwidth kind of issue. Little troubleshooting. Don't you hate it? Tech issues, right? Don't you hate it when you're having tech issues, right? And you go through all the steps that you think that they're going to have you go through when you call the company. You unplug the router and you plug it back in. You reset it. You go through the troubleshooting steps that they give you online, and then you call them and you're like, yes, I did all those things, and they still make you go through all those steps. And they make you go through all those steps every time they transfer the call. The first level has you go through all those steps. Unplug your router for 30 seconds, plug it back in, do this, do that. Not working? Okay, let me transfer you to this person. And then they have you go through all
Milliete's older brother back on the witness stand today, as we are now in day 6 of Larry Milliete's preliminary hearing.
This morning he testified. Larry asked him if he knew a hitman to, quote, get the man he suspected his wife was having an affair with. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal joins us from the courthouse with what we've learned so far.
JP Tabalanza was on the witness stand for most of the morning. He testified he told Larry he didn't want to have anything to do with hiring a hitman. He says this conversation happened back in 2020. Now, the defense kept bringing up this suspected affair.
Mr. Millete told you that he caught your sister cheating and having an affair with another man.
Yes, he did.
You were expressing your sympathy with Mr. Millete, did you not?
I don't remember.
And it appeared during cross-examination that it was a bit frustrating for there were constant objections by the prosecution. The judge was often telling the defense things like, you're misstating the witness's testimony, or what you're asking has already been answered, or is this even relevant? Meanwhile, during the prosecution's line of questioning, we heard a timeline from JP on when he first suspected Larry had something to do with Maya's disappearance. JP told the judge he called Larry January 8th, the day after his sister vanished, but he couldn't get a hold of him. He says calls went straight to voicemail, which he says was unusual. He says he was monitoring Facebook Messenger all night, waiting to hear from Maya. That night he testified Larry FaceTimed him and told him he was at work all day and that he dropped off his son early in the morning. The next day he talked to Larry again and asked, "Where's Maya?" He testified Larry told him she's probably out hiking or at brunch with friends. When he asked again, "Where were you yesterday?" he says Larry's story changed.
Did you ever ask the defendant where he was on January 8th?
Yes, I did ask him again.
And what did he say?
He said he went drive around, and then I asked him where. He said drive around, and then I've been eating Lazarus French fries that day, that Friday.
He said he had been driving around. Did he say he was with Lazarus on January 8th?
Yes.
Did he say where he went specifically?
No.
And Lazarus, of course, is the couple's son. Now, JP testified that after Larry's story changed about where he was that day, January 8th, he said he just got a weird feeling. And we know from court paperwork, it is the prosecution's belief that January 8th is the day that Larry disposed of Maya's body.
To see if there's
Kelly
another
Hessedal,
feed.
CBS 8.
They're going back to the slate. All right. Is there another feed? Let's see if this one has it.
We begin today with new developments in the case.
Does this one have it? Nope. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what I'm going to do, you guys? Since they're having such trouble and have no idea when it's going to come back, I'm just going to end this stream, and I'll keep looking for it. And if I'm able to find it and, there's enough, enough of the hearing left that it makes sense, then I'll start another stream. I hope that makes sense to you. But to answer your question, Liz, do you think he hid Maya's body in the freezer? Yes, I do. I do think that. I think that's what happened. It's what makes sense to me. I mean, they did seize that freezer. It somehow ended up at Larry's aunt and uncle's house on his on his parents' side. I think it was his mother's side. I think it's his mother's brother. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream, and I'll keep looking to see if they fix their stuff up. I'm just glad my stuff on my end is okay. And enjoy the rest of your day if I don't see you. And I'll start things back up tomorrow if I don't see you for the rest of the day. All right. Please hit the thumbs up. Thank you very much for joining. Please consider becoming a member. There's a join button, below the next to subscribe usually. And I will see you later.